So I found out I was having baby number two less than a year after having baby number one, even with exclusive breastfeeding and every other like safe method I could think that wasn't extremely intrusive. We still got pregnant with baby number two. If you really want to know how I found out and how it all went down, stick around in this video because I'm going to be giving you all of the juicy details right here. So fast forward to later. So my friend came into the country from the US and she was staying over at mine. Okay. So we had a whole planned week like outing for her birthday. We decided to go have dinner and everything. So we decided to pick a place called Atmosphere, which was a place I had gone to with my husband. I really liked it and I recommended it. So we said we're going to go there and have dinner, right? We're just going to go splurge for her birthday, have dinner, have fun. I liked their cocktail the last time I went there, and the last time I went there was when I was pregnant with my first, right? I liked their cocktail, like no, not their cocktail actually. I had their milkshake and it was really nice, and I was like, okay, let's go there. At least I know I love their milkshake. So we went there and we had a milkshake. I decided to order Alfredo pasta because the unique thing about Alfredo pasta is I love Alfredo pasta anywhere. Whatever type of Alfredo pasta is my thing. But when I'm pregnant, I cannot eat Alfredo pasta for some weird personalized reason. I'm so sorry if this video keeps getting dark and bright. I'm kind of using natural lighting and it's not consistent. So yeah, that's what's happening. So I can't take Alfredo pasta when I'm pregnant. But you ordered Alfredo pasta. I'm like, I'm not pregnant. So like, yeah, this is the time to eat my fab. It's been a while. I ordered Alfredo pasta. It came and I tried to eat it. I took the first spoon and the nausea was terrible. It was incredible. I can't even explain. Like, so thankfully I had ordered pepper soup also after that, also with my milkshake and everything. So I was just having my milkshake. I didn't want anybody to think anything. In my head, I was like, what's going on? I don't know what this is. Like I only experience this when I'm pregnant. Is this like breastfeeding hormones or something? But at that time I was already tuning down. I was weaning my baby. So I was like, why do I still have to have breastfeeding hormones lingering around or something? It just didn't make sense. And so I told the waitress to come pack up the pasta for me to take home, which she did. She came, she packed up the pasta so I could take it home. Mind you, my son was already like 7 months or 8 months around this time. Like it was way ahead. Like it was a few months after the whole drama that happened. So after this happened, I just had my milkshake. I just acted like nothing was happening. Told them to pack the pasta and the pepper soup, and I was like, okay, that's fine. We went home. So I decided to reach out to my husband because he doesn't work here. If you've watched my other videos, you will know that my husband works in in another city. So I decided to talk to my husband, text my husband, and tell him what happened. Right? I just told him that this is really funny. This is different. Like I know that feeling of feeling like you get I'm what's the word having food aversions. That's what it felt like. It felt like food aversions. And I was like, I don't know what's happening, but I don't want to overthink it. I'm not about to have that whole drama that happened before start over again. So I'll just take it as breastfeeding hormones and I'll just move on with my life. So I moved on. And I didn't like think anything. I just moved on. But somewhere at the back of my mind, I think I kept telling myself that this is a possibility and it could be that there is a baby growing inside, right? I was just in denial. I was just in denial. A couple of times I would remember a moment where my mom-in-law made this told me the story about how she had my husband and his brother very close to each other. Like, she found out that she was pregnant with my husband like 6 months after she had his brother. And I remember when she told me that story, it just hit me in my heart somewhere. I was just like, okay, what if this happens to me? And yeah, I just recalled that story a bunch of times. But I just, at that point, I think I was in complete denial. I was in complete oblivion. I didn't want to overthink it. I didn't want to read meaning to it. So I zeroed it completely from my mind. Fast forward to a few days later, one thing led to another, this and that. So I think I and my husband decided I was going to go to hospital and just check, because I was having like a couple of other experiences and symptoms. So I decided I was going to go to hospital. So I went to the hospital, and when I got there, the um, doctor just said, you're going to have to do another test, right? You didn't come back like we said you should before for a follow up of your first. So you're going to have to do another test. At this point, I was just like, oh God, it's all over, Jackie. It's all over. They said I was going to have to do a transvaginal scan and then do a normal test, right? So at the time, and actually, what I forgot was that the first time I actually did the HCG test and everything, I did the transvaginal scan, and the lady, the sonographer, said she didn't see anything, she didn't see a scan, nothing. So that was the first time 2 months ago. You guys follow this, because this actually, everything is somehow like they're connected. So the first time I did that 2 months before, lady said she saw nothing, she saw no sac, and this was a transvaginal scan. So basically, how a transvaginal scan works is that they're supposed to even see. The reason why you do the transvaginal and not the abdominal at the early stages of a pregnancy is because the abdominal scan can pick the small baby in the sac if your baby is really really small. The transvaginal scan kind of goes inside. Sorry for the TMI, but if you're watching this, I'm sure you're probably a woman like me. So the transvaginal scan goes inside and it sees if there's a baby there. So when I did that, said there was nothing. So the second time, my doctor said, let's do a transvaginal scan and a test again. And I was just like, oh well, we did it before. There's nothing there, and I'm sure there's nothing there again. So we decided to go do it. And the fastest one, actually, the test you have to wait for a few hours, no, like an hour or something, to see it on the portal. But the transvaginal scan is real time. You're doing it as you're there. So, fam, I went for this transvaginal scan, and lo and behold, it happened. It was like I was like, wow. And yeah, we were having baby number two. It was happening. I think I was really calmer than the first time. I think really God prepared me the first time to take the news way better the second time. So at this time I was already like, I think I was in tune with the idea. I started to love the idea of actually having a baby, because I think I had had time to consume the possibility and just let it be. When I told my husband, he panicked. He was like, "Oh my God, are we about to go through another nervous breakdown again? Am I about to get it?" And I was like, "No, it's fine. I'm okay. We're going to have." I started to look at the good sides. Thanks to my husband, I started to see the good sides, because he started to tell me, "Oh, you're going to have this baby now, and later, you'll be glad that you've had all your babies and you're moving on." I mean, like, you don't want when or you're ready to move on and everything, and all of a sudden you're going to have to just come and have a baby. I was like I said, I had plans for school, for my career and everything. So he just kept encouraging me, telling me, imagine if you made plans and everything, and you're already on with the plans, and maybe 1 year, 2 year 2 years down the line, you all of a sudden just have a baby coming, like boom. But now it's like you have back to back, you can focus on raising your kids, and then you can move on with your life. And like, not like move on with your life, but like you can keep on doing every other thing you want to do later. So I started to pay attention to this. God was helping me at the time also to understand that everything is perfect in His time. So I started to see the beauty in actually having another baby, and I started to want another sex. I started to want a baby girl and instead of a baby boy. And I was like, oh my god, if this is a baby girl, maybe this will just be amazing. If I wanted to be queen of boys, I'd be king of boys anyway, but if I was having a baby girl, it would have just been perfect. And I just started to think like this is God creating my perfect, family, creating me, my husband, my son, and a beautiful little daughter. Like, if actually I'm having a daughter, this would just be perfect. So I started to look at things that way from that angle, and I started to accept where I was. I had started to accept that my baby was there. Like it took me a while actually. It took me a while after that um scan because I mean, for a few weeks, I didn't really talk to my husband about it. After telling him, we didn't really go delve into it. Like, I would like to have a conversation with my first. We had a lot of conversations, plans, all that stuff. With this baby, I was just processing, processing and processing and processing. It took me a while to accept everything that God was doing, to get into His plans for me. This is really important for every mom out there. So I know if you're a mom who's going to have two under two or who has two under two, trust me, God has His perfect plan. Like, you're not going to say now, but a few years from now, you're going to be glad that you did it when you did it and that you didn't have to wait, because God is a God of perfection. I mean, I spent time shopping gradually for my baby and just thinking about how life would be when my baby is here, and it makes me so excited. So yeah, that was pretty much me finding out about baby number two. So all glory to God. I give all glory to the Most High, because He's a perfect Father. He's a God of perfection, and He's a God that brings beautiful things in His time. And I know that this baby that I wasn't expecting is a special baby, and His plan for me and my family, he's only just starting, because I have way more testimonies to share here, like testimonies and good news to share with you guys. So guys, please stick around. This is going to be the beginning of my pregnancy series. This is me just telling you guys how I found out that I'm going to be having two under two. I'm going to be a mama of two under two. Like, can you guys believe it? Like, how old am I? How old? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Like, who am I to deserve God's blessing? And if you're someone who's watching this video and you're waiting to have your own child, or you're an expectant mom, or you already have a child or you're waiting for another child, I know that God is going to bless you. I use myself as a point of contact for you, for your friend, for your sister, whoever it is that you're hoping, will get this type of blessing. I pray that God is going to bless you, and you're going to come back to this comment section, and you're going to testify to the goodness of God. If you're watching this video and you have any questions, especially with me having two under two, how I feel about having two under two, how it's going with being pregnant and having a toddler, if you're wondering anything, just put in the comment section below. I'm going to still post another Q&A, and I'm going to post a Q&A on my Instagram also. So if you follow me on Instagram, just ask me any questions and we'll get right into it in the next video. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much. If you've been here to this end of the video, I don't know if I'm going to cut this into two parts because it's really long. If you've been here through each part of this video, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being supportive. Please don't forget to subscribe if you're not yet subscribed to my channel. Don't forget to like, share, turn on the post notification bell, and let's get into this pregnancy thing, because this is the start of my pregnancy series. This is going to be the start of me sharing with you all of the things I did not share with you with my first pregnancy. For my anomaly scan, to my glucose test, my OGTC test, to doing my 36 weeks, I'm just going to take you guys through even my antenatal classes. I'm just going to show you guys how it's done, how we do it as mamas, and as a second time home, I'll be dropping hints here and there, advice here and there, and I just hope it's helpful for you. All right, thank you so much for watching till now. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys so much. God bless you. Thank you.